Hello, lovely. Welcome to Tuesday. I just am out on my hike, as you can see. Gosh, look at the gorgeousness. I decided to stop and ground a little bit on the side of the mountain, or hillside, I guess we could call it today. I just finished sprints. It's something I've started to do to strengthen my bones and my cardiovascular fitness, my endurance. And it releases human growth hormone also. It's one of the best things you can do to strengthen your body and your lungs. And I just do them in place. I walk and then I sprint in place for about 20 seconds. And then I walk a little bit more and I sprint in place for 20 seconds. And I'm gonna be 58 next month. And I've just been super inspired by seeing people older than me that have better fitness than me, and I want that. That's the road I'm on. That's the gateway I am creating for myself. I've said for a long time I want to live to be at least 120, which would allow me to interact with my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, and hopefully my great-great-grandchildren. And that's my North Star right now. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. And of course, this depends upon my son having children, which I'm sure he's going to have because he really wants to have children. But bringing my son up, so my son is quite wise for his 19 years. And something he said to me, I think in the last year or two, has been a guiding force for me as of late. You know, for those of you that have been following me lately, you know I'm on this raw vegan food journey, and on the same day I started this weight training and sprinting regimen. And he's been an avid weight trainer since he was born, basically, Mr. wanting to build more muscle and make himself as strong as possible. And his approach to strength training is, he told me that he always goes to failure. He doesn't say I'm going to do 10 sets, I'm going to do 10 in this set or anything. He's like, no, I just go to failure every single time. I push myself as hard as I can every single time. And then he said, so then I make gains each time. And I thought, wow, that's maybe other people do this, but I had never heard that before. And it made such an impression on me because I thought, how do we set up limitations unnecessarily in our lives? That we think, okay, I accomplished this. This was the bar that I was told to meet, so I met that. But how could that keep you artificially stuck somewhere that you don't need to be? Where you could be actually a lot further along, or feeling better or stronger or faster, more accomplished, healthier. So on my walk in between sprints, I was thinking, where have I set artificial limitations for myself, and maybe decided to move through them anyway. And probably the most recent one, of course, was this raw food journey, because when I first started coming upon videos about people that were raw vegans, I was like, oh man, that's crazy. That sounds super limiting and hard, and how in the world would you do that? And so that, I mean, of course, that's just full of limitations. So I started listening to some videos and looking at the people that were making them, and I thought, well, my goodness, you are glowing, you look amazing in all aspects, and it doesn't seem like you're limited at all. And as I started exploring the recipes and what you can eat, I was like, this was a whole new world, and a whole lot simpler than what I had been doing. So this artificial limitation I had set up in my mind was limiting. So I'm going to failure on this. And the cool thing is that failure, my son reframed failure. he reframed failure as a win every single time. If you go until failure, if you go until you can't go anymore, no matter what it is, and I'm not, of course, saying to the point of hurting yourself, all that, though he may, he may think differently, but that may be more of the masculine approach. The feminine approach would be going until we can't go anymore, knowing when we need to protect our boundaries, and knowing when it's beneficial for us. And in that, we win every time. So look at your own life. Look at what's come up for you in this video. Where may you be setting artificial limitations? You know, Course in Miracles teaches that we are spirit. I am spirit, one with God. I am limitless, safe, and whole. And if that is the truth, which it is the truth, and if we are all on this new earth team that we are creating, we're in this process of discovering where are these artificial boundaries that have been set up for us? Where are these limitations that the old world order has created that we've been thinking this is just normal? But it doesn't have to be normal. We can create our own normal, and that can be to win by going to failure each time. What's come up for you, lovely? Nourish yourself today with love, light, and plants. Be well.